The Honor Rising shows are in the books. It's time for my review, as Night 1 starts off with Ren Narita taking on Marty Scurll. Ren Narita with a great bridge. Scurll tries to break it up, but Narita stays strong. Narita with a drop kick, followed up with a running shoulder tackle, gets the 2 counts. Scurll with a power bomb into a Boston Crab, and Narita crawls to the ropes for a rope break out of that Boston Crab. Superplex from Scurll, locks in a crossface chicken wing, and Narita taps out as, good little Young Lions match. It's Shota Umino taking on Zack Sabre Jr. Umino takes out Taka during his intro for Zack Sabre Jr. Umino's dropkick gets countered into a Boston Crab. Both men trade strikes, sequence into the German suplex with a bridge. Zack kicks out and locks in a submission. Umino gets to the ropes. Umino's top rope dropkick gets countered into a Boston Crab, which then Umino counters the Boston Crab with a roll-up, which Zack Sabre Jr. kicks out of. And then Zack Sabre Jr. counters a Lamai Straw with a pin of his own that gets a 2 count. Shota Umino with a nicely done cross armbar. That was fucking awesome to see. Taking the page out of Zack Sabre Jr.'s playbook there. Zack Sabre Jr. gets a guillotine choke, and Umino powers out of it with a vertical suplex, but Zack ends up making him tap the leg lock at the end. Great Young Lion showing from both Narita and Umino there. Just fucking great stuff. This match was definitely better than the Scurll Narita match, but both matches were great in their own right. As Jonathan Gresham and Jushin Thunder Liger take on Robbie Eagles and Taiji Ishimori, Gresham and Eagles started off. Gresham baits in Eagles to get out of a tricky situation. It's great showing from Gresham as both Eagles and Gresham tag out to Liger and Ishimori. Liger with the abdominal stretch into a pin on Ishimori, and he gets the win. Holy shit. Liger pulls a fast one on the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. What a great finish. Just something out of nowhere. When the unpredictability of it, when you're just expecting it to go a little longer, then all of a sudden, bam, Liger gets a roll-up win over the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Great stuff. Great fucking stuff. One of the best early matches of New Japan finish in a long-ass time. 8-man tag match coming up. Hanma, Hanare, Juice Robinson, Dave Finlay Jr. taking on G.O.D., Tama Tonga and Tongalo, and the Briscoe brothers, Mark and Jay Briscoe. Mark Briscoe and Dave Finlay Jr. start this off, as the Briscoes and G.O.D. start blind tagging each other in. Jay misses a Yakuza kick on Hanma and hits Tama Tonga instead. Kokeshi on Tama tags in Hanare. Juice and Mark Briscoe get tagged in. Juice hits his punch combo, gets kind of an uppercut from Mark at the end. Huge spine buster from Juice. Powerbomb neckbreaker combo from the Briscoes onto Juice Robinson. Han and Hanare have to break it up. Pulp Friction gets countered. Jado inadvertently hits Mark with the kendo stick and gets the win gets rolled up there by Juice Robinson, getting the win there as the never openweight 6-man tag team title matchup. Next, as Colt Cabana, Cheeseburger, and Delirious take on Taguchi, Tor, Yano, and Makabe there. As Yano and Delirious started off, Delirious does his bell ring, loses shit spot before tagging out to Colt Cabana. Makabe also gets tagged in from Yano, do a couple of shoulder tackle spots before tagging out to Cheeseburger and Taguchi. Taguchi with a superplex gets a 2 count. Cheeseburger and Makabe trade strikes, fucking hilarious. Triple team top rope attacks from the challenging team onto Taguchi. Yano and Makabe break it up. Yano takes off the top buckle on both sides of the ring, as Cabana strikes first with the buckle pad. Tags and Delirious both hit Yano with a buckle pad. Triple team attack, followed up with a Yano low blow onto Delirious, getting the win there. Delirious low blows Cabana after the match, as really no surprise. Didn't think the Delirious, Cheeseburger, Colt Cabana team would beat him there. As never openweight title match, Dalton Castle versus Will Ospreay. Back suplex on the floor by Dalton Castle. Start this off. Ospreay hits a flying forearm off the barricade on the outside. Sasuke special from Ospreay. Springboard flying forearm from Ospreay out of the ring, inside the ring. Ospreay goes to the Os Cutter. Castle just shoves him away, making it look like a high angle release suplex. Would have been cool to see him actually do the fucking German suplex instead, but the spacing was fucked up, and that's pretty much all I had to do, was just kind of throw him at that point. Standing Spanish Fly from Ospreay gets a 2 count. Deadlift powerbomb from Castle gets a 2 count. Goes for the bangarang, but Ospreay lands on his feet. Poison Rana followed up by the forearm of death. That's how I like to call it. I think it actually has, I think he calls it the Swift Blade or something. I actually think that has a name for it, but I just call it the form of death. Stormbreaker gets the win for Will Ospreay there. No surprise there, of course. Again, like the never open weight title, like the never open weight 6-man title match. Really no surprise of a retain there. Co-main event, Ring of Honor television title matchup. Hiroki Goto, Jeff Cobb. Much slower pace early on than their previous matches. Awesome exploder suplex into a standing moonsault from Cobb that gets a 2 count. Uragoshi from Cobb gets a 2 count. Lariat from Goto that flips Cobb inside out. Front GTR. Cobb kicks out at 2. Tour of the Islands from Jeff Cobb gets the win for him. Cobb getting a nice singles win in Japan. Nice to see there. Main event time, the Kingdom, taking on Kazuchika Okada, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Jay Lethal. Taven and Lethal start off. Lethal gets some chance to start it off. Taven, though, immediately tags out to Vinny Marzella. Triple team attack on Marzella from Lethal, Okada, and Tanahashi. Okada and Taven get tagged in. Okada selling his knee after going for a drop kick. Tiki Orion gets tagged in, and he wants the ace. Probably would have made a little bit more sense if he asked for Lethal, but with him getting the Ring of Honor title shot tomorrow, but it's whatever. Wanting the ace still kind of makes sense, because, it's Hiroshi Tanahashi. Just a bit of a nitpicking point, nothing too crazy, as the Kingdom with a 3-on-1 attack on Tanahashi on the outside. Titty twisted from Matt Taven on Tanahashi, that goddamn ace. Getting his titties twisted. Tope Suicida from Jay Lethal. Lethal injection on Marzella, picking up the win now to close out the match. Kingdom attack Lethal before Tanahashi and Okada get back in the ring post-match. Absolutely no build towards tomorrow's Ring of Honor World title match from the match itself, but at least post-match-wise, Lethal cuts a promo and hypes up the match for tomorrow. And the right team won, as that, could have been worse. Could have been a lot worse. Yeah, the titles, no title changes, of course, on night 1. Really, it's kind of predicted. Nothing too crazy night 1, but it is what it is. The highlight of the show was definitely Liger upset win, out of nowhere pin on Ishimori. That was fucking awesome. As night 2, we have, they changed the format on me here, as we had Jonathan Gresham and Toa Henare taking on Zack Sabre Jr. and Taka Michinoku. They got rid of the 6-man with the Young Lions taking on the Delirious Cheeseburger Yano team, and they just changed it because of the low blow from Delirious on the Colt Cabana. They turned into a tag match between Delirious and Cheeseburger taking on Colt and Yano. That was cool. You had seen the dream team of Yano and Colt Cabana, but let's later on in the show right here we have Jonathan Gresham and Toa Henare taking on Zack Sabre Jr. and Taka Michinoku in the opener. Taka with the greatest promo ever. It's like, Toa Henare and whoever the hell you are. And doesn't even give Jonathan Gresham a night of day there. As Henare jumpstarts the match, though. And, fuck yeah, we get Gresham and Zack Sabre Jr. right out of the gate in the ring. Zack gets the best of the first exchange. Gresham gets the best of the second exchange. Crowd gets behind Gresham there. That was great to see. Gresham looking for a tilt-a-whirl, but gets stopped with a backbreaker. Tornado deadlift suplex from Gresham makes the hot tag to Henare. There's Samoan drop from Henare. Tornado DDT from Zack Sabre Jr. Tags in Taka. Henare with a beautiful pop-up Samoan drop onto Taka Michinoku. Gresham, like a house of fire, takes out both Taka Michinoku and Zack Sabre Jr. Hits a beautiful shooting star press that Zack Sabre Jr. has to break up. Octopus stretch on Taka Michinoku, and Gresham gets the win. Fucking Antonio Inoki approves of that, if I do say so. As Robbie Eagles taking on Marty Scurll, the match looking forward to the most. Here's trade strikes, as both men trade strikes started off. Rana from Robbie Eagles right out of the gate. Romero special from Scurll. Eagles doesn't tap. Eagles with a springboard drop kick to the knees of Scurll. Scurll hits a super kick from the apron to the Eagles, who's on the floor. Enziguri into a powerbomb with the bridge from Marty Scurll. Eagles kicks out at 2. Multiple roll-ups from both guys who kick out at 2. Marty's a little package pile driver on the Eagles. Kicks out at 2. Little side package pile drivers, I like to call it. Eagles with a top rope Rana. Scurll kicks out at 2. The top rope Rana spot. We've seen it so many times now, from ECW to fucking the main roster of WWE throughout the years now. And this one here, usually I have no problem with the top rope Rana, where it's both guys are standing on the top rope hitting the Rana. But this one just looked a little, gets choreographed. Too choreographed for my taste there. It took way too long to set up. Scurll goes for the finger break spot. Eagles kicks it kicks his way out of it. Crossface chicken wing in Eagles taps out. Good stuff there. Good stuff. Hope Eagles can get some big wins in 2019 for New Japan. But other than that, good fucking stuff there. Besides the top rope Rana spot that looked a little too choreographed for my taste. Took a little bit too long to set up and do. But other than that, it was perfectly fine match. Delirious and Cheeseburger taking on Toru Yano and Colt Cabana. Here's this match there. Changed the card but we have Yano and Delirious starting this off. Delirious gets a chair from underneath the ring. Yano grabs his chair, his red chair. Delirious has the black chair they got underneath the ring. Cheeseburger and Cabana take the chairs away from the two, and then they tag each other in. Cheeseburger goes for a flying crossbody onto Colt. Cabana just moves out of the way. Stays down until a 9 count. The crowd's getting behind him, and then, Yano comes in, gets tagged in, and it's like looking at him like, come on, wake up, you fuck, type of thing. And just a nice little comedy spot. Delirious and Yano get back in the ring. Delirious runs his head into the corner, and Yano is just terrified. Great shot of Yano's face, watching him just be absolutely terrified, but this madman keeps running his head into the corner. And Cabana gets a Japanese buckle out and gives it to Yano. Of course, the big Japanese buckle pad instead of the North American style where it's the 3 sets. Cheeseburger gets tagged in and goes for a sunset flip, and Cabana gives him another Japanese buckle pad for Yano to use, this time on Cheeseburger. Great comedy spot of Cabana going for a Boston Crab, only to look down at Delirious's bare feet and just being disgusted by it, wiping his hands on the ref. Low blow from Delirious, and Cabana kicks out at 2. Cabana counters a top rope runner by just dropping Delirious on the top rope. Pretty crazy spot for this just a kind of little tag match. Cabana, with a pin, gets the win afterwards as Yano puts the ice bag on his balls. Hilarious, then the referee holds it, then tells Shota Umino to come in and hold it instead. Umino holding it for an uncomfortable amount of time while Colt Cabana kept on going around the ring was just fantastic. Cabana tweeted out a little funny picture of Umino holding it and just kind of like, this is going to be real funny when Shota Umino becomes like a world champion type of things. That was funny to see. There's Dalton Castle and Jeff Cobb taking on Hiroki Goto and Will Ospreay. Cobb and Goto started off. House Show Castle wearing a t-shirt while wrestling. I fucking despise it. Cobb and Castle trade off Ospreay and gut-rich suplexes. Cobb with a crazy overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Samoan drop. Nip up. Standing moonsault spot. Gets a 2 count on Goto. Spinning wheel kick from Goto. Ospreay with kicks to the chest on Cobb. Backhand spring into the overhead kick by Ospreay. A twisting corkscrew moonsault using Goto's back on Cobb. Just insane agility, obviously, on the spray. There, as Cutter countered into the sidewinder back suplex from Cobb. Ospreay murders him with that back forearm of death. Stormbreaker on Jeff Cobb, which, holy shit, impressive there, and Ospreay gets the win. Cobb and Ospreay for the Never Open Weight title would be pretty fucking dope. Two pretty contrast styles as far as size-wise, but they still can wrestle. Cobb can do the crazy agility stuff, and so can Ospreay. And then, of course, now Ospreay's kind of showing a more stronger style where he's just kicking the shit out of people and using that forearm of death, and Jeff Cobb could probably easily murder somebody and has that was in the Olympics for an Olympic level wrestler. So, I mean, he could grind somebody in the mat and just beat the piss out of someone if he really wanted to. Be a great little match. I don't know. That's just me. I doubt it will happen on New Japan, but it'd be a cool thing to see in the future. Naito and Shingo take it on Matt Taven and Vinny Marzella as Taven and Marzella jumpstart the match before the bell rings. Naito busting out arm drags in a zip-up jacket like it's nothing. That's kind of crazy. Lariat in the corner from Shingo, followed up by an Enziguri from Naito. Pumping bomber from Shingo, followed up with a Destino from Naito on Marzella for the win. No surprise there. Very small notes there. That was like not even 5 sentences of words, but just it's really nothing. Nothing to be really highlighted from that match. It was cool to see Naito on the tour and Shingo and stuff, but it is what it is. Ring of Honor title match, TKO Ryan versus Jay Lethal. Lethal jump starts the match with a tope suicida to the outside. Lethal chops the shit out of TKO Ryan. Baseball slide from TKO Ryan that takes out Lethal. Lethal goes for the figure 4 leg lock, but TKO Ryan shoves him off. Hits a beautiful spine buster too that Lethal kicks out at 2 of. Figure 4 leg lock by Jay Lethal, who gets it locked in this time, and TKO Ryan just doesn't tap out. Goes for it a second time, but Ryan counters into a small package that gets a 2 count. Lethal hits the lethal injection for the win. Post-match, we see Taven attack Lethal with the Ring of Honor World title and kind of hyping up that he wants the belt type of thing. I don't think they'll be on the Super Card of Honor show, but they might have a match in March for the title or something like that, and that kind of help build up maybe the next guy's ever taking on Lethal to show, to reveal himself after their match. As the co-main event, IWGP Tag Team title matchup, Evil and Sonata taking on Guerrillas of Destiny of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Tama Tonga and Evil start this off, and Sonata and Tonga Loa get tagged in pretty early on afterwards. Sonata locks Tonga Loa in the Paradise Lock. Cross-body tope from Sonata onto Jado. Jado gets his revenge on Sonata later on, hitting him with a kendo stick. Tonga Loa runs Evil into a sign on the wall, and Cork and all they go up into the crowd. Double team dropkick from Goto on Sonata. Lariat from Evil onto Tonga Loa. Sonata counters the gun stun into Skulls in. Goes for the moonsault, but Tama Tonga rolls out of the way. Sonata and Evil hit a combo on Tama Tonga, ending with a back suplex. Tama Tonga pushes Sonata into red shoes to get out of the match with Killer. Evil saves Sonata from a kendo stick shot from Jado. Tonga Loa saves Jado from the Magic Kill. A lot of saving going on there. Double team Tongan twist by God, followed up with a 3D on Sonata, followed up with a corner splash from Tonga into the super power bomb from Tonga Loa. And God, Guerrillas of Destiny, getting the win. The IWGP Tag Team Champions again. During the preview, I said God, it would be weird if they won here. They won it back with the short reign that Evil and Sonata would have, because they've only had the belts now for a month. But, to be on a positive note, this does free up Evil and Sonata for the New Japan Cup, which I much would rather have them over Guerrillas of Destiny in it. But it's in the same way it does suck, that it kind of hurts the credibility of Evil and Sonata. Just lose the belts right back to Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. But let's be honest, Geta doesn't really care about the tag division, and neither does really the office people, New Japan, anything else. It's all about the big belt. It's all about the IWGP Heavyweight title, and that's the focus. As the Ring of Honor Tag Team title matches are the main event, David Finlay Jr. and Juice Robinson taking on the Briscoe Brothers. As Juice and Mark start this off, they chop the shit out of each other. David Finlay Jr. with a European uppercut from the middle rope on the Mark Briscoe gets a 2 count. Yakuza kick from Jay Briscoe turns David Finlay Jr. inside out. Mark Briscoe, the whisper in the wind, to the floor on Live Blood down there. Onto Finlay Jr. and Juice Robinson. Hell yeah. Juice hits a cannonball in both corners. The Briscoes are in. Airplane spin from Juice, followed up by a Gutbuster. Awesome Death Valley Driver from Jay Briscoe. That was fucking awesome. He nailed it. Tandem cannonballs from the apron to the floor, followed up by tandem cannonballs against the guardrail by Dave Finlay Jr. and Juice Robinson. Superplex followed by a froggy bow from the Briscoes. Dave Finlay Jr. kicks out at 2. Dave Finlay Jr. counters the Doomsday device into a roll-up. Jay kicks out at 2. European uppercut from the middle rope. European uppercut from the top rope into a powerbomb. Jay kicks out at 2. Dave Finlay Jr.'s shoulder looked to be fucked up after the landing. Froggy bow for Mark Briscoe, and the Briscoes retain. Hopefully the injury isn't too serious and Dave Finlay Jr. can make a great recovery back to the ring at some point, because I don't think he was selling it. I think it was legitimately hurt. And post-match wise, we see the Briscoe brothers set up them versus God at G1 Supercard of Honor, titles for titles, and a title for title match. Of course, that's going to be Madison Square Garden. Yeah, that's going to be in April, and that'll be on the New Japan World, so that's great. But that will do it for the Honor Rising review shows. The Honor Rising review shows were not spectacular by any means, but it is what it is. All the tours can't be winners. I'll be doing a preview and review for the New Japan Anniversary show coming up on March 6th. Then it's the New Japan Cup on the 8th, and will be a bunch of previews and reviews, much like last year. As well as the Champion Carnival. I'll be previewing that probably before actually all of that. I'd say I'll upload that before, probably around March 1st or 2nd, and then go into the Anniversary show preview, then the review, then the New Japan Cup previews, and so on and so forth. A lot of stuff to look forward to pretty much in the month of March. A lot of shows, a lot of stuff there, as this is what we have looking forward to. But I hope you all enjoyed.